everyone, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. Last time, what were we doing? I don't know. What were we doing? Oh, we were on day 7. No, I loved it. What did we love? I can't remember. Oh, the game competition. I remember. She chuckled. Seems like you found your calling. My calling? What are you on about? I'm sure I have. Okay, Mai. Above me, Mai yawned. Let's go to sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm actually gonna get anywhere this week. Smiling, I got up and turned out our lights. Good night. Good night, Hana. Good night, Mai. Hana's so cute. I want to just pinch her cheek. As the chill weather of early spring faded and warmth stretched across Asagao, I itched to go outside. With Satch's book in hand, I took to the streets. That doesn't sound particularly good. Since many people realised how rare this moment was, most of the usual benches and grassy spots were taken. I kept walking until I came across to the soccer field. There was a practice game being held and PBG and his friend Jeff were running across the field. It's football. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm British. Being a skirmish, the bleachers were almost completely empty. Students scattered the empty shiny metal seats, but there was more than enough room for me. In one swift motion, practiced many times over my life, I sat down, spun my backpack into the space next to me and pulled out my book. I was nearly done with it. I wanted to see if I could finish it today. It was due a few days ago, so I was under pressure. After pausing my reading, I looked up to watch PBG on the field. A shock of colour at the base of the bleachers caught my eye. It looked like it was some kind of metallic candy wrapper, and a pang of annoyance struck me. There was a trash can nearby. Why litter? Oh. Sorry about that, guys. I think the camera froze and I don't really know why. That's new. But as I jumped down the steps of the bleacher and nearly slipped off one, it became clear that it wasn't trash. The colours changed as the angle of the light did. It was an iridescent purple figurine. Itsy, Bitty, and a kitty. Was it Gerard? He was the only person I knew who collected them. I held it up to the nearest student, who shook his head. I was free for a while. Gerard was really into the IBK scene, so if it wasn't his, he'd probably knew who it belonged to. One problem, I had no idea where his room was. Conveniently at that moment, PBG ran off the field to get a drink. I approached him, holding the kitty in front of myself like a talisman. Hey PBG, do you know where Gerard's room number? I think he dropped this. I held the kitty up again and it glimmered in the sun. Much like PBG just now, what with all his physical activity. Oh, Gerard was just down here. It has to be his. And his room number is... I asked him to bring me my goalie gloves. I wasn't ready to take McJones's place today. His room is right across from mine. Thank you, but the number... Oh, great. Thank you so much. That didn't tell me shit. Hurry up, PPG. Bye. PPG groaned. It wasn't much of a break. Gotta go. Good luck. Thank you. He took a huge gulp from his water bottle, then poured the rest on his head and jumped back into the game. His teammates patted him on the back as he rejoined them. I placed the IBK into my uniform's Lilliputian my gosh, I can't say that word. Lilliputian pocket and headed to Bluebell. As I entered Bluebell House, a passing boy frowned at me. Was I even allowed to be here by myself? I shook my head. There was no time to be afraid. Today, I had a mission. She has a mission, guys. Just as PBG said, there was a door right across from his room. I knocked and fished the IBK from my pocket. Oh, hi, boy. Hey, how you doing? Shane answered the door and was not at all pleased to see me. Hi Shane, how are you? He was Gerard's roommate? Why was he Gerard's roommate? Oh gosh, no, don't enable that.
Self-voicing disabled.
Thank you for telling me, because I needed to know that. I tried to laugh to diffuse the situation, but it was weak. I felt like I was only making things worse, and I didn't know what went on in Shane's mind. He looked at the IBK in my hands. Gerard should be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'll just... wait in the common room. When he gets back, can you tell him to try and find me? This isn't awkward at all. Oh, it's frozen again. There we go. Oh gosh, I've held in such attractive facial positions, don't I? I could read downstairs. Even if it took Gerard an hour to get back, I could keep myself occupied. Okay. Shane sighed and leaned against the door frame. I could tell him, but it would be much easier if you waited in here. Oh, do I have to? He put his hand out, gesturing me inside. Oh, alright, thanks. I don't think I should be here. Oh god. I entered the room and stood smack in the middle of it. Shane plopped into the chair in front of what must have been his desk. I sat down in what I assumed to be Gerard's chair on the opposite desk. Shane swiveled round and started to click something on his laptop. Seeing as he wasn't much for small talk, I turned to observing the room. Exposition. The room was well decorated, one could say. There were a lot of itty-bitty kitties, each arranged neatly with its brethren of a similar design. Every empty space not filled with school-related objects was covered by the pads of a cute little cat, or at least a sealed box of one. Even parts of Shane's shelves had IBK on them. I had to admit, it was kind of endearing. Something about the dedication required was sweet. Do you collect itty-bitty kitties too? Not really. They're Gerard's. I don't mind. I see. It's kind of niche. I'm surprised you're into them. Oh no, I don't collect them. I just found this one on the side of the field and PBG said Gerard was there earlier, so I came to find out whether it was his. My hastiness to disown the figure did not go unnoticed by Shane. He made a face at me. Stop making faces at me! You're my future boyfriend! If it's not Gerard's, he'll probably know whose it is, right? It's probably Gerard's. Alright, okay. I smoothed my thumb over the plastic kitty absent-mindedly. That is a word! Shane returned to whatever he was doing online, and I conversed with the figure in my hands. Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty? You are! I'm going mad! Gerard came back about 2 minutes later. Hey Shane. And Hana? Oh. He held 2 coffees in his hands. Suddenly he turned pink. And what are you two doing in here? Alone? Together? We're not doing anything. Hana was looking for you. Really? How can I help, Hana? He gave a coffee to Shane and offered the other one to me. Here, take mine. I would have gotten you one too if I knew you're here. You are so sweet. I'm sorry we're going after your annoying roommate. That's really nice of you, but no thanks. I just came to see if this was yours. For what felt like the 10th time in the last half hour, I displayed the itty-bitty kitty. Oh yes! Gerard almost dropped the coffee as he leapt forward. I lost this today. Where did you find it? It was near the field. PBG told me you were there earlier, so I wanted to give it back to you. And look at the smile on Shane's face. Can we just appreciate that for a second? I handed the figure to Gerard, who looked about ready to kiss it. Thank you, Hana. Thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you did, and I know what I would have, and I don't know what I would have done without you. It wasn't any trouble at all. It looked pretty rare. It's not as rare as you would think, but it's still very special to me. I'm so glad you were the one to find this. I'm kind of blocking out his face. I shouldn't have been so careless. Don't beat yourself up about it. What matters now is that you have it back. Maybe zip up your pockets next time. You bet. I'll take a load of precautions to make sure this never happens again. Ever. He placed it delicately on the shelf with the other kitties that had the same iridescent properties. Gerard looked at me while I viewed his hard-earned assemblage. Oh, duh, Gerard, you dummy. How rude of me not to at least introduce you to my collection. Sorry. In this room, I have 247 itty-bitty kitties of every shape and size. This is the newest set, the Catastrophes. They're a band. They're really popular right now. I traded my rare extras for these the other day. The one you brought back to me is from a set of 4 that are called Opalescents. Currently, they're the only 4 shinies. I'm trying to figure out their reference. I feel like the name Itty Bitty Kitties is a play on My Little Ponies, but these remind me of Go-Go's. I don't know if they had them in America, but in England they were really popular for a long time, and I had loads of them. And like my old primary school, when I went back to do my work experience, had a whole tub of them, and I was like, oh my god, I remember these. They were so pretty. My gaze fixated on them. I'm just missing the last opalescent. It's a purple one. Princess Pumpernickel. I tried everywhere, but no one has them in stock. But there's only 3 copies in the world, so it's not really surprising. Okay. It's more surprising that I managed to get these ones. I have one of the most complete collections in the world. People think that the Kitty's company gives me the newest figures, but I earn all my IBK. I can tell this took a lot of hard work. I'm amazed at how much effort you've put into this. He sighed heavily and sat down on his bed. Thanks, Hana. I just wish I could get that last figure. I could finish my collection. And the kitties would have all their friends together in one place. That's actually quite cute. I wish I could help. Oh, my parents. Don't worry about it, Hana. This is my battle to fight. Oh, parents talking about cheesecake. Okay. I nodded, then glanced at my watch. Oh, I should go. I really wanted to finish my book today, but if you ever need help, I'm here. I stood up, then waved to the both of them. Bye, Hana. Thanks again. See ya. Hey, he's smiling at us. Thankfully, I managed to finish my book. It took more time than I expected, though, and by the time I got back to my room, it was dark outside. When I opened the door to my room, the lights were off. I flicked them on, and the huddled form of Mai hugging a stuffed purple bear appeared on her bed. I'm back! Mai glanced at me, then buried her face in her bear. Was she sulking? It was unlike her to be so unenergetic. Are you okay? That doesn't sound very okay. Mai glanced at me again, her face a light shade of pink, like she was holding her breath. You know you can tell me anything. You've helped me out a lot, so it's the least I can do in return, right? Besides, we're friends. Mai sighed and threw the bear on the floor, where it lay as if screaming in agony. It's not fair! What's not fair? What have I done? She sighed again. I know it's terrible to think like this, but even though I'm really happy for you getting to be friends with those guys, it's just not fair. Those guys? Who? The Normal Boots Club? It's just that I've been a fan of them for so long, and I've loved Jared forever. And then here you come out of the blue with your pink hair, and just like that, you're friends. She snapped her fingers in front of her face. But here, I've been trying the whole time, and Jared didn't even know my name. I know I'm being stupid, and I feel bad, but still. Mai. It's understandable. I didn't know what else to say. Yeah, well... She scratched her head, avoiding my eyes. Thanks for understanding, I guess. I'll try my best to get over it. Okay, let me know if I can do anything, I guess.
No! Self-voicing disabled.
Get off! Okay, let me know if I can do anything, I guess. I will. Thanks, Hana. No, thanks for telling me. Mai leaned off her bed and picked up the bear, patting it. Oh! Okay, what's that for? She chuckled. We smiled at each other. Even though it was awkward, it seemed like everything was fine. Mai was a really good friend. What day is it now? Yes, we're into the letters. We're getting somewhere. I think it's X, Y. Let's have a look. Press extra scene picker. Yeah, 3 more days, guys. We're nearly there. Despite our slight confrontation last night, Mai was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. The bell rang and class started. Miss Shizuka wrote origami flowers on the board in an ornate script, and then turned to glare at the class. The flower festival is only a few days away. It's time to start folding flowers to sell for the school. We do this every year, guys. I don't want to hear any groans. You're free to write me an essay on the importance of these funds for the school if you'd rather not participate. A few students rolled their eyes, but I smiled. It sounded kind of fun, and I hadn't folded origami in years. I'm handing out practice sheets because I know how bad you guys are at origami. I'm only going to teach you once, so pay attention. Shizuka returned to the front of the class, picking an ornate green paper. As she instructed the class, I realized that these were the most basic versions of origami flowers, and I was already familiar with them. I folded my practice paper with ease while Shizuka roamed the room, helping the students who struggled to follow along. These creases are weak. Kindergartners could do better than this. Hell, my ex could do better than this. Sadness passed across Miss Shizuka's face. She turned to the boy next to her and slammed her hand on the desk. Chill out! You need to be better. Be better. For everyone's sake. Oh my god, she needs to chill. It seemed like quite a few students were having trouble. I went to the front of the class to get some new paper, passing John on the way back to my seat. His paper caught my eye. You folded this the wrong way. Your flower's going to be narrow if you keep going. I'll be honest with you, Hana. I have no idea what I'm doing. Help me? He kind of looked like he was about to cry. I knelt by his desk, unfolding and refolding his paper. This looks perfect. You're so good at origami. Did you have to make flowers at your old school too? No, I used to do origami a lot when I was younger. I guess muscle memory just kicked in. Thanks though. Really? What an odd skill to have. Is it? Please. John clapped his hands around my wrist. Stay with me. Help me. Sure, if you need it. I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Hana. You're a goddess. If you say so. I spent the entire rest of the class period slowly doling out lessons to John and PBG. I offered to help Shane, but he turned away from me, instead watching over John's shoulder.
I kept my movements large and self-voicing
This thing
disabled.
really needs to stop. I kept my movements large and exaggerated so he could see too. It was nice to feel useful. Oh, baby. When class was over, I headed back to the dorms with Mai. We had a long night ahead of us, filled with homework and the possible reward of chocolate ice cream should we finish on time. But before I got far, someone called my name. Oh, it's you. Hi. Hana. Jeff? Is everything okay? Hey. Oh gosh, I have an email. Hey, the Normal Boots Club has a meeting today, and PBG forgot to take his soccer uniform with him. Okay. Yeah.
He held up.
Stop!
Self-voicing disabled.
He held up a blue and gold uniform. He won't have much time to change before the practice. If he doesn't have this, and I have to run down to the field. Can you take it for me? And I'm back. It's just my friend. My friend's torturing me with pictures from Monobear from Danganronpa. I hate that thing. I hate it so much. Anyway, where were we? Okay, continuing on. Of course we can. Mai, stop volunteering me for things. Mai grabbed the uniform from Jeff. Awesome, thanks. Bye, Jeff. He dashed toward the field. Mai turned to me, victory running through her face. Finally, a chance to see Jared in his element. Come on, Hana, we've got to hurry. Okay, calm down. We approached the Normal Boots Club room, heart thumping nervously. At least I assumed Mars was. There, judging by the way she was fidgeting like a hummingbird on acid, it was. We stepped up to the door and were about to knock when I heard my name on someone's lips. Hana. Just Hana. I froze and turned to Mai. Her face was lit, and she pressed her finger to her lips. She leaned in close to the door, and I followed suit. Dude, I think it's fine. What do you think she's gonna do to us? You need to calm down. But it's so pink. No one has hair like that. Oh my god. Why? I wonder why I go after this guy, because he's so awful at the beginning, but then he gets better and it's like redemption. People can't choose their hair colour, Shane. That's a really poor reason to judge someone. Yeah, Shane. I know, but I don't trust people with pink hair. You know there's more to it than just the colour. Don't deny it. Weird things always happen around people with pink hair. Don't be a douche, Shane. Sure, but they're not dangerous. Aren't they? My heart sank. I stepped away from the door, unwilling to hear more. Hana. I held up my hands and shook my head. Just when I thought I was beginning to win Shane over. Was this how he truly felt about me? I'm heading back. But... I stepped past her, walking as quickly as I could back to the dorms. Oh, Hana. Luckily, I didn't pass anyone on my way back. I didn't think I could manage small talk without bursting into tears after what happened. I kicked off my shoes and went to set my backpack down by my desk, passing the mirror. I paused as I did so, turning to the mirror, evaluating myself on a whole new level. So much grief. My hair caused me so much grief over the course of my life. Now for some reason Shane thought I was suspicious. I smoothed my hair with my hands, the shortness of it catching me by surprise. It was softer when it was long. With a sigh, I turned away and collapsed onto my bed, hugging Mr. Bunny to my chest. Should I dye my hair, Mr. Bunny? I raised him up, staring into his glassy eyes. Yeah, you're right. I rolled onto my side, squeezing Mr. Bunny to my chest. Sad said it himself, you don't choose your natural hair colour. Mr. Bunny was small against me, and I smiled at him. At least I think he still liked me. Or at least he still liked me. Shaking my head, I went to my desk. I had better things to do than mope. And we're gonna leave it there, everyone. So, thank you all very much for watching. We should be done with the actual days, and we should get to the whole romancing thing next Sunday rather. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're all well. Bye bye.